Hello students, in the last video we discussed about the circular flow of income, the meaning of the circular flow of income and assumptions of the circular flow of income, and two sector model, firms and household sector. The household sector providing the factors of the productions to the firms producing goods and services and it's sell to the household sector, and the firms also giving to the payments on factors of the production to the household sector. And in this method we are discussing three methods: A point, B point and C point in that chart, circular flow of income chart. A is at a point spending the factors of the productions to the firms, that is the expenditure method, and B the firms producing the goods and services, it gives to sell to the household sector, that is the product method or value added method. And third one, income method, the factors of productions get the payments from the firms, that is factors of the production, the payments, that is called income method. And in this video we are going to discussing about the three methods of a calculation of a national income or a GDP. There are three methods of measuring or calculation of a GDP or national income. It is very important. The three method ಯಾವುದೋ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ನಮಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. And first one, the product method or value added method, and expenditure method, second one, third one, income method. And first one, the product or a value added method. What is a product method? In a product method we are calculating the aggregative annual value of a goods and services produced in a year or a particular period of a time, that is known as the product method or a value added method. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊತೀವಿ. ಇನ್ನು ಎಕನಾಮಿ ದೇರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೂ firms or two producers, the farmer and bakers. The farmer producing a wheat and the bakers producing a bread. For example, the farmers producing 100 units of wheat in a agricultural sector, total production, and total production of a bakers is a 200 pieces of bread or 200 units of bread. But the bakers needed the wheat to production of the bread and produce ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು, wheat ಬೇಕು. The bakers purchased from the farmers, that is the 50 units of the wheat intermediate good. As a intermediate good as ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ wheatನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ರಾ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಅಂತಲೂ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಇದನ್ನ. ಬಟ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಂಟರ್ಮೀಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಗೂಡ್ ಅಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ 50 ಯೂನಿಟ್ ತನ್ನ ಕನ್ಸಪ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇನ್ನು 50 ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಬೇಕರ್ಸಿಗೆ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ 100, 200 minus 50, 150 it is the bakers productions. ಹೆಂಗಾತು? What is a value added? The term that is used to denote the net contribution made by the firms is called, it's a value added. ಅದನ್ನ ಏನು ಕರಿತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆ್ಯಡೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ನೆಟ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಫರ್ಮ್ಸ್, ಬೋತ್ ಇದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದರ ನೆಟ್ ಏನು ನೆಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನೆಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ 200 minus 50, ಮೈನಸ್ ಯಾಕೆ 50 ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ? 50 it is the in 50 units of wheat, it is the intermediate goods already added in the agricultural sector. It means agricultural sector, the product or a value added method. For example, here GDP. What is this GDP? GDP means gross domestic product, the market value for all the three sectors: agriculture sector, industrial sector and service sector productions. The three sectors productions is called GDP. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತೈತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇದು ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ 50 it is the intermediate goods. That's the reason 200 minus 50 is equal to 150. The total production of the bakers firms are 150 and the firms production it is the 100 plus 150 it is the 250. It is the production of two sectors, agriculture and industrial sector. Here this like we are adding the value added. This value added, there have two types of value added: gross value added and net value added types. Gross value added means the replacement inventories is the same as a depreciation of the capital. And if we include a depreciation in a value added, then the measures of a value added that we obtain the called the gross value added. It means include the depreciation in the value added, that is called a gross value added. Net value added means if we deduct the value of a depreciation. If we deduct the gross, deduct the depreciation, that is in the gross value added, that is called a net value added. What is the inventories? Inventories means already ನೀವು ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಿ. Inventories means in economics the stock of unsold finished goods or semi-finished goods or raw materials which are for carrying from one year to another next year. Next it is called inventories. Inventories are the stock variable. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಾನು 10 ಮ್ಯಾಗಿ ಪ್ಯಾಕೆಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ನಾನು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 2019 ಒಳಗೆ 10 ಮ್ಯಾಗಿ ಪ್ಯಾಕೆಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೆ 6 ಸೇಲ್ ಆದವು, ಇನ್ನೂ 4 ಉಳಿತು. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ 4 ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಆಫ್ 2019 ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಇನ್ವೆಂಟರೀಸ್. ವಿ ಕಾಲಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಇನ್ವೆಂಟರೀಸ್. ಆ ಸ್ಟಾಕನ್ನು ಏನು ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇನ್ವೆಂಟರೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಆ 4 ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದು 4ನ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದನ್ನ ಏನು ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ 1 ಇಯರ್ ಟು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ 2 ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಿಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Accumulated inventories and decumulated inventories. Here inventories may accumulated. What is accumulated? Accumulated are stocks or more stock of goods, more stock of inventories, that is called accumulated. Inventories may have a higher value at the end of the year. In such a case, inventories have increased or accumulated, that is known as the accumulated. More stock of the inventories, that is known as the accumulated. And what is the decumulated inventories? Decumulated inventories means if a value of inventories is less at the end of the year, it means stocks, inventory stocks are less in the year, end of the year, that is known as the decumulated. Compared to the beginning of the year, inventories have a decrease, that is called decumulated. And next, flow variables. What is a flow variable? A change in inventories takes a place. Yes, it is higher. Sales are high means inventories are less. Inventories are, sales less means inventories are higher. Flow variable change in inventories takes a place over a period of a time. Therefore, it is a flow variable. Next, what is investment? Inventories are treated as a capital. Addition to the stock of a capital of a firms is known as a inventories. Here, there have 2 types of inventories, planned and unplanned. What is the planned? Here, planned accumulation and decumulation inventories, and unplanned accumulation and decumulations. There have 2 types. And first, this is the 4 marks question, very important. Here unplanned and planned, that will be the compulsory for 1 for a annual exam for a 4 marks question, very important, planned and unplanned. Here first we studied about the unplanned accumulation and decumulation of inventories. What is the unplanned accumulation? Unplanned accumulation, it means sales are less in that particular year, that is unplanned accumulations are more. Suppose unplanned decumulation means sales are higher in particular, that 2019 or 20, anything, sales are higher. Sales high means decumulations, unplanned decumulations, that is known as unplanned decumulation of inventories. ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಅದ್ರ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಅದು ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ಡ್ ಇರೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅನ್ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದಾಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ. Here we can see here unexpected fall in a sales. The firm will have unsold stock of a goods which it had not anticipated. This is called unplanned accumulation of inventories. This can be illustrated with the help of the following examples. You can see here, suppose a firm produce shirts. It starts the year with an inventory of 100 shirts. During the coming year, it expected to sell 100 shirts. Hence, it produces 100 shirts expecting to keep an inventory of 100 at the end of the year. However, during the year, the sales of shares turn out to be the unacceptably low because of a less sale, and the firm is able to sell only 600 shares. This means that the firm is left with 400 unsold shares. The firm ends the year with a 400 plus 100 is equal to 500 shares, total 500 shares in that stock that particular year. The unexpected rise of inventories by 400 will be an example of unplanned accumulation of inventories. And where there is unexpected rise in the sales, there will be unplanned decumulation of inventories. Hang decumulation ಆಗ್ತದೆ. If on the other hand the sales had been more than 100, we would have unplanned decumulation of inventories. For example, if the sales had been 1050, then not only the production of 1000 shirts will be sold, the firm will have to sell 50 shirts out of the inventories. This is 50 unexpected reduction in the inventories is an example of unexpected decumulation of inventories. These are the unplanned accumulation and the decumulation of inventories. And another one 4 marks question, explain the example of a planned accumulation and a planned decumulation of inventories. ಏನು ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ಡಾಗಿ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಆಗ್ತವೆ, ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ವೆಂಟರೀಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅಕರ್ಡ್ in a planned way is called planned inventories. Suppose the firm wants to raise the inventories from 100 shirts to 200 shirts during the year, expecting sales of 1000 shirts during the year as a before. They are thinking before, they are compared to the before year. The firm produces 1000 plus 100 is equal to 1100 shirts they are producing. If the sales are actually 1000 shirts, then the firm indeed ends up with a rise of inventories. The new stock of inventories is 200 shirts, which was indeed planned by the firms. This rise is an example of a planned accumulation of inventories. On the other hand, if the firm had wanted to reduce the inventories from 100 to 25, then it would produce 1000 minus 75 is equal to 925 shirts they are producing. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇನ್ವೆಂಟರೀಸ್ ಭಾಳ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಬೇಕಂತ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಲೆಸ್, ಕಡಿಮೆ 75 ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ 925 shirts they are producing in a year. This is because it plans to sell 75 shirts out of the inventory of 100 shirts it started with, so that the inventories as the end of the year becomes 100 minus 75, 25 shirts only their inventories. It means less inventories, they are planned decumulation, and which is the firm wants. If the sales indeed turn out to the 1000 as expected by the firm will be left with the planned reduced inventory of 25 shirts. This is the planned and unplanned accumulation and decumulation of the inventories. And how to write this one, the equation of calculation of product method. If there are n numbers of the firms in the economy as assigned, for example number of the firms means 1 or 2 3 4 5 6 7 number of the firms, ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಫರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಫರ್ಮ್ ಇರ್ತೈತೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು. Economy each assigned with a serial numbers which first to last number, ಎಷ್ಟು numbers many numbers. Then GDP is it means the identity, it means not a equal, that is a higher or a less. Sum total of the gross value added of all the firms in the economy. GDP identity GVA means gross value added, first of the gross value added, and plus gross value added to second firm, third firm, fourth firm, and GVN number of the firms. Therefore we can write it the formula of product method or value added method is equal to GDP is identity. Identity means or less or equal or higher or less, summation number of the firms or firm 1 I firm, here GVA I means number of the firm one firm ಅನ್ನು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಬಟ್ 1 firm 2 firm and 3 firm 4 firm and number of the firm we can summation plus add the all the firms GVA, it means gross value added of the firms, then only we get the GDP of the year. And given the homework here, 1 marks question, first question, how do you get net value added? Net value added ಅನ್ನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅದರ ಮೀನಿಂಗನ್ನು ಬರಿಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ ಬಟ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗೆ ತೊಗೋತೇವೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಬರಿಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ. And second, write the equation of a GVA at the market price. GVA at market price is equal to GVA at the basic price plus net product taxes. And 2 marks question, there are 1 questions are included in this topic. It mentioned 3 methods of measuring or national income or GDP. Just mention the measuring the GDP, that measurements we had, right? First one product method, second one 1 2 3 ಬರಿಬೇಕು. First one product method or value added method, and secondly second one expenditure method, and third one income method. And 4 marks question, 2 questions here included, illustrate the unplanned accumulation and decumulation of inventories with example. I given already examples, with example explained. And second one explain the examples of a planned accumulation and decumulation of inventories, given examples and everything, meaning and examples explain. These both are important. One is ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆ್ಯನ್ಯುವಲ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, ಇದನ್ನು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗಿರಿ, ಎಲ್ಲನೂ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗಿರಿ. ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ನ ಬರ್ರಿ, ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಿಬೇಡ್ರಿ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಬರೀರಿ. ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಲೈಕ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.